Hello and welcome to the PhazeCast at night.
At night.
Today, we're going to be discussing the still upcoming, Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. Which you seem excited for, Joe. You seem kind of pumped for.
Spider-Man, my favorite hero. I love Spider-Man. Remember how we had talked about X-Men, but I brought it back to Spider-Man? Well, guess what, motherfucker? It's Spider-Man time.
Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, too. He's on my house key. I was told you shouldn't show people pictures of your keys, though, because they can make copies of them.
Yeah. With great power comes great responsibility, Eric. You should not show people your Spider-Man house key.
They were talking about 3D printing.
That's terrifying, actually. Oof. Anyway, Spider-Man.
Did you get tickets?
Did you get Spider-Man?
Did you get tickets?
No.
What? What are you doing, dude?
No.
When are you gonna go?
I'm gonna go in the middle of the day when there's no one else there.
There are gonna be people there, man.
In the middle of the day on the weekday?
Yeah.
Man.
Thursday sold out entirely. When it's Friday?
That's the thing. I knew I was not gonna be able to get tickets for this. I knew that for a fact. So I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna bide my time.
Dude, what are you gonna do? Like a just media blackout? What? How?
Absolutely.
For how long are you good? Because I got tickets. Some friends and I are going to see it on Saturday.
That's great. That's great for you guys. I'm happy.
And I have to then though avoid the internet like entirely for like 3 days.
Pretty much, yeah.
How are you gonna do that? It sounds terrible.
I am better at avoiding spoilers than people give me credit for.
Dude, see, like every time I open my phone, there's like a picture of Willem Dafoe waiting for me.
Willem Dafoe.
I can't avoid. Oh, and by the way, I guess we should clarify before we get too into this that there will be spoilers in this episode. If you somehow, if you have lived under a rock up to this point,
spoilery as we can be. Considering
that there's no information, no actual information about this movie.
We have trailers. I watched an interview between some foreign interviewers, and Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, and Jamie Foxx.
I saw a clip of that just before.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, you watched it? How long is it?
I mean, the actual content, it's not that long. I think it's like 20 minutes, but it's good. God, Alfred Molina. Oh, he's good.
I saw him be like, I just did it for the money, which cracked me up.
Yeah. He's a jokester. It's so cool.
Yeah.
God. Okay, so I guess we should actually get into... if you guys didn't realize, today's topic is Spider-Man. Specifically, No Way Home. The new movie set to come out on December 16th. Eric has his tickets. I don't, because... I don't play that game. I just wait.
You gotta play the game, man. We tried for Thursday.
Here's the thing playing that game. Here's the thing about playing that game. The audience is too loud and too invested.
Oh, see, I like that.
They're yelling their own jokes. I don't want their jokes.
Oh, the yelling. So, okay, let me tell you. I went to see the Star Wars Holiday Special, and I guess I went to see the Star Wars Holiday Special with a friend. And then he brought a friend, and that friend told his own jokes through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was not... And I actually had just broken my arm before we went to see it. Unrelated, but I was in pain.
Okay.
I didn't know that it was broken, but I was in major pain trying to enjoy this movie while somebody else wrote their own screenplay for it.
Yeah. Well,
and it was the worst time of my life.
MSTK 3000 it? No, I don't need that.
Yeah, exactly. That's and everybody thinks that they can... be Mystery Science Theater, but they can't.
Well, you can do it with your own group of friends because you're just shitting around.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that in a movie theater.
No, but I like the hype of it. I like when because it sucks when you go see a movie and nobody's stoked for it.
Eric, I am the hype. I don't need anybody else's hype but my fucking own. Did you see what I was like at the beginning of this fucking episode, bro? I have been waiting for a Sinister Six live-action Spider-Man movie.
That's what it is. That's what it is, right? That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. But what we're doing is also making it a legacy movie. And if I could, and I can't stand up, Eric, I can't, because then we'd have to, make this an NSFW podcast right now.
I see. It's because
Rock hard.
it's because you what's the term anyway?
It's so good.
Uh,
We're gonna get so many weird Spider-Man movie references.
do you think that they're gonna have the Vulture?
No.
And how much?
No, I don't. I don't think Vulture is gonna be
Michael
the Sinister
Keaton
Six.
contribute to your erection?
Michael Keaton in general contributes quite a bit to my erection, just because he's my favorite live-action Batman.
Yeah, he's good. Mm-hmm. He's my favorite live-action Beetlejuice.
I mean, have they made other live-action Beetlejuices besides the musical, which is really great?
Well, there you go. There's one. I think that he also played the animated Beetlejuice, actually.
I don't think they could afford Michael Keaton. I immediately don't think that's true. No, we're not talking about Beetlejuice, Eric. Hey, eyes up here. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. We're talking about Spider. I'm going to slap you. We're talking about
So who's going to be the Sinister Six?
Venom.
Like original like
Venom.
Mysterio? Because
It's
Mysterio
Venom.
can't be in it.
Mysterio's dead.
No.
What do you mean no to Venom? Did you see the ending scene
Oh yeah,
of
it was.
Venom?
Wait, it was Steve Ouimet? Yeah, it wasn't Michael Keaton.
No.
Oh no, I didn't see Let There Be Carnage. I did not see.
Got you.
And
bad ratings, but a fun ride.
Yeah, okay, and I guess that's how I feel about the first one. Is it was fun, but it sort of bothers
People really
me.
liked it.
I guess I thought it was fine. I really like Venom, and I think that not doing like a hard rated R version of that is not really doing it justice.
I mean, but like you don't do Venom as a character is I mean I gotta keep doing this. Venom as a character is a professional wrestler. And here's why. Because his character is just whatever the situation needs it to be, and he'll play that character for that arc, and then he'll either regress to dark and edgy, or he'll become goofy, or something else entirely that he needs to be for that thing. Because Venom as a character is just a symbiote with a new face.
Yeah, and it plays to the symbiotic nature. I get that. I think that I'm not upset with the comedic aspect of that movie. I just think that I actually really like that. Yeah. I thought it was cool. It needed a little more edge. Yeah, I guess he ate people.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think superhero movies need edge. Like, Edge had its place in time in the 90s, and I think Edge
Spawn? Like the Spawn movie?
Spawn is inherently very edgy. Like, he has to be. Like, his whole story, everything the about Crow. It is it. Yes, the Crow, very edgy. That's what I'm saying. All the time. Yeah.
But listen, but I'm not saying
it's Venom. I think
it just needs to be gorier. You think that the Sinister Six is Venom, so yes. you're thinking it's Electro, Venom, Green Goblin, the Lizard, Sandman, and Dr. Octopus.
Yeah. Doc Ock.
I don't think it's going to be Venom at all.
Why not?
Because they can already pull the Vulture or Mysterio, and Mysterio Vulture makes the most sense.
Mysterio's dead. If we do an alternate Mysterio, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't. He just was in a movie. I don't think he gets to be in the third Spider-Man movie. I think he'd be too big of a character to pull for that. For it not being Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's in the Morbius movie. So there's no way.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a little like too much knowledge spoilery, but Michael Keaton, especially
that's in the trailer.
Especially this version of Vulture. Vulture is not a villain. He doesn't want to kill Peter.
Businessman.
No, yeah, he was just a blue collar dude who got fucked over, right? So like, he doesn't want to kill Peter, he's the guy who knew Peter's identity and didn't tell anybody and went to jail. It's not what he's about.
Fucked him up in that movie, from what I remember, though.
Well, yeah, because it was a fight, but like at the end of the day, the Vulture in the MCU is a semi-redeemable, just a villain character because the world made him a villain.
Yeah, well, and he's just like a grumpy old...
Venom, however, is So the tagline for the post-credit scene in Let There Be Carnage, right? Venom is sitting with Eddie Brock. Well, in Eddie Brock. Because
No,
that's how that
I know
works.
what happens. Yeah, are we gonna explain it? Do you want to?
You mean
Go
when
ahead.
he? So wait. You see him look at Spider-Man on TV, licking his face, and you don't think he's gonna be a member of the Sinister Six?
No, what I think that was a way to bridge Spider-Man back into the Sony universe once they're done with this movie, because
No.
Holland...
They're both connected now.
Yeah,
The MCU and the
I know.
Sony universe are connected. Not
I
the
know,
other
but
way
Tom
around.
Holland is signed on now for 3 more movies that are going to be helmed by Sony, and he's leaving the MCU. So
Well,
I
he's
feel like
not leaving the MCU.
He's not.
No, that's not what's happening.
Well, but it's still going to be controlled by Sony for a while.
It's going to be one of those things where Sony and Disney are going to play nice for 3 more movies.
Is it? I didn't know. I thought
I mean, if we look at how Venom was literally brought into the MCU first, like that's the... Where are you looking at? Who are you looking at that isn't me right now?
I got new Star Wars VHS tapes. I was looking at them. But unrelated to that, what I was also just thinking, because from what I recall of the deal with Sony is that Sony outright owns the rights to put Spider-Man to film. And I think they own it indefinitely. I think they might have some sort of rule where they have to make a movie every 10 years or something like that. But as long as they do that, it's just Sony.
But Sony would be idiots, and I'm saying this. Sony would be idiots not to have that, not to just share their pie, because they're getting a part of the money that comes with Spider-Man being part of the MCU as a whole.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's ridiculous that they've had such an issue with that from the start. But I imagine that Disney is hard to deal with.
Oh yeah,
and they're hard
Disney
to deal
doesn't
with.
pay people, and Sony probably doesn't. Yeah, who knows? But we're getting off topic. I think it's Venom, and it's mostly due to that last scene.
And I don't think it's Venom because of what we were just talking about.
Because of studio things?
Yeah, well,
studio things mean nothing for one movie.
I think that that putting the post-credit scene into Let There Be Carnage like that was more of a way to bridge Tom Holland back into
But that's
Sony's
not how it's framed. But that's not how you're not looking at it through a story perspective. You're looking at it through a studio perspective.
Yeah, because it's like him in the current. Yeah.
No, because
it's J. Jonah Jameson, the one, right?
Yes, but it's the fact that Venom was pulled into that universe, not the opposite way around. Venom gets teleported, not Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Okay.
So story-wise...
If that is the case, then they have kept a lid on that like no other.
I mean, they've kept a lid on a lot of stuff and are just distracting us with No, they're distracting us with other Spider-Man stuff while they work mysterious ways in the background. Trust me, it's a tactic.
Is that why they announced...
That's why they're announcing all this other shit.
Further down the spider hole?
Just mean... what? I don't think that's the name of it. I don't think... Well, that's why they announced the new Spider-Verse movie, yes. So that way you can just keep getting hyped.
Spider-Man down the spider hole.
Man, we gotta talk real quick about that trailer.
I liked it.
It's, the beginning tagline in another universe.
Yeah.
And we see Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's like, do they know about Tom Holland there now too?
I mean, I don't know. All I know is I don't know. Spider-Verse makes it so anything can happen. Spider-Man is the property to play with, at least in the Marvel universe, for multiverse theory and other stuff, because Spider-Man has had those properties for a long time.
It's funny with the Spider-Verse movie. I feel like that is the reason why we've ended up here with the live action Spider-Man as well. I think that if Spider-Verse hadn't had the success that it had, do you think we would have ended up with this batshit crazy movie?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan.
But was it always?
Yes, absolutely.
I think
because here's why from a perspective I think you would appreciate. They can't keep the cast forever.
Yeah.
But they still want to use the heroes.
Yeah.
So we need to introduce via Loki, via WandaVision, the Spider-Man Multiverse of Madness, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That multiverse things exist through a TV show we had on Disney Plus that we can just cast whoever to be Iron Man, and we can cast whoever to be Black Panther.
Yeah, and it's a smart move because that is how...
that's comics.
Yeah, that's how comic books go eventually all the time anyway. I mean, you have to because, you know...
No, you don't. No, you don't. You could keep writing good stories and have like a foundation and build the character development instead of always redoing everything you establish
for like
constantly.
1,000 issues? I don't know, man.
What are you... Yes, you can. You can. You absolutely can.
I don't know.
You can't just reboot every 2 years. DC did that once, and they've been trying to fix it for the past since I've been reading in like middle school.
Yeah, we talked about the new 52 a little bit.
Ugh.
Sorry,
I vomited a little.
I guess nobody liked that.
No, and then they've been trying to fix it since, and it's not working.
I haven't read them. I hear they're bad.
It's okay. Marvel tried to just release a brand new series of comics called The Ultimates, and that was a ride.
Why?
Let me see. Quick things that everybody mentions about The Ultimates, which is the separate universe in the Marvel timeline that always gets people weirded out. Janet Van Dyne telling Captain America that he's too old school and he should just like let love be love, and we're talking about Pietro and Wanda, who are siblings, boning each other, is one. Yeah. Janet Van Dyne is, she's telling like, oh, Captain, you're just too old school. They're brother and sister. Why are we okay with them boning?
What?
Yeah.
Are you saying that a major plot line of this is that they're trying to convince Captain America to be on board with incest?
No, not trying to convince it, but just incest was prevalent. Also, that same character gets eaten in half by the Blob. Like,
Captain
America? She just dies. No. Janet Van Dyne.
I don't care about her. I just found out about her.
No, you know about her.
I don't think I do.
Hope.
Hope who? No.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, man. It's the Wasp.
Oh, it's the Wasp.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. I know the Wasp.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying. The Blob being a cannibal.
Is the Blob the Steve McQueen Blob? Is it the same Blob?
I don't.
Is it the movie Blob?
No. The Blob is a mutant who is just really fat.
I think that the Blob has a better chance of being the last member of the Sinister Six than Venom does.
No. Because that's X-Men. Idiot.
Oh, that Blob!
Yeah.
Oh!
You suck. Dude, we're talking comics. What do you think?
Oh!
Who do you think is the last member of the Sinister Six?
Well, it's not the Blob. It might be Toad.
Why are you taking like all the fun out of Spider-Man for me right now? Can we just get
Who do I think? I think it'll be the Vulture. I think
it can't be. That's stupid.
Why?
Cause he's already been a villain in the Tom Holland movies. We're not gonna bring back another Tom Holland villain for this.
You think they won't? There have to be some callbacks to Tom Holland's universe.
That's the whole movie.
I guess Doctor Strange being there.
The whole movie is it being a legacy movie, honoring the films of Spider-Man.
Yes.
So we're not going to get the Tom Holland villains who just showed up. We have Electro and Lizard. I do know.
You know?
Who
told you?
I'll make a bet.
I don't want to make a bet.
With you. Why not? I thought you were so sure.
No.
$30. $30 that Vulture isn't the sixth.
I'm just more sure that it won't be the Blob.
It's not. I'm not.
I will bet you that it's not the Blob.
No, because I already know it's not the Blob. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you suck.
Now I know which Blob we're talking about too. We're on the same page. It's the fat guy. It's not the gelatinous lump.
No,
that
it's not.
Eats people's arms and stuff. So, I understand. I understand what you're saying about Venom now.
I feel like you don't.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I just wanted to make you angry about the Blob because I wasn't even fully sure who we were talking about at that point.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know. It's fine. It's fine.
But No,
He's
I get what you're
farming
saying.
me for content, everybody.
I get what you're saying about. I get what you're saying about Venom. I get it. I mean, I guess I would have to I haven't seen the scene. I read a synopsis of it because I haven't seen the movie.
So I just said, did you watch it? And you said, no, I saw the scene.
No, I know what happens in the scene.
Well, no, you don't, then. If you didn't watch it, and you just read a synopsis, and I told you something that was like, oh, that does make sense in that context.
Describe it to me. Give me a full synopsis. Give me a complete rundown.
A full synopsis?
Yeah.
Okay, so Eddie and
Spoiler
Brock
alert.
are watching... Eddie, Brock, and Venom are laying in a shitty bed in the middle of shitty New York, watching a shitty television show. And Venom's like, you know, Eddie, I have seen so many things you haven't seen. And Eddie's like, what are you talking about? Are you saying you don't tell me everything? If I told you everything, your puny mind would not blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh yeah? He's like, would you like to know a fraction of what us, the symbiotes, know from 1,000 years and the blah blah? He's like, yeah, sure. Okay. And then, the bed starts to vibrate and weird shit happens. And all of a sudden, he's no longer in New York, but he's clearly on, a beach, hut somewhere in someone's hotel room. And they're watching J. Jonah Jameson yell about Tom Holland being Spider-Man. And Venom takes over Eddie Brock's body, walks over, and he says, that guy. And then he licks Tom Holland's face on the screen.
Okay.
He's actually teleported away from where he's at.
But where to? I guess to Tom Holland's... It is
Tom Holland's universe.
It is reasonable to assume that, that did take them to Tom Holland's universe. Fine. Maybe. But
and that line alone where he's like, you don't know what I've seen or what I've been through. Who knows if the Venom symbiote hasn't been through multiverses? Who knows if maybe maybe this Venom suit is actually just the same Venom suit
from Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who knows? Who knows?
That means that he would know Topher Grace.
Oh, no. Topher Grace, Eddie Brock, yeah.
Yeah, that one's bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen, he had just sharper teeth.
Yeah, that was really...
And pupils. I don't like pupils on Venom.
Yeah.
Don't give Venom pupils.
I don't even recall him having pupils. He had pupils?
Yeah, it was bad. Don't look. Don't ask.
I'm gonna watch it. You're
gonna watch Spider-Man 3?
I purchased the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Do me a favor, and I honestly mean this. Do me a favor. Fast forward through all the stuff that doesn't involve that involves Venom. Literally. Watch that movie without Venom and see how good of a movie it actually is.
I could see that. I could see that helping.
The Sandman story is great. It's a story about redemption, and then honestly, the same thing with. Yeah, we don't say his name anymore, but his. I mean, he has a friend in that movie.
Oh, Harry.
Harry, yeah, Harry. We'll just call him Harry. Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn has a pretty good arc in there too, where he's like, "No, I'm gonna."
Does
Spider-Man.
But okay, and I think you're right that the Sandman aspect of that is pretty solid, and what doesn't work about that is that tonally it does not fit in with what's going on with Venom, but it also doesn't fit in with the strange behavior that Peter Parker is exhibiting in that movie.
We just take that out. If we take
the finger, because you'd have to also take out the finger guns.
Yeah. And what I'm saying
and
is
the
good.
hair.
Yeah. If we take that, I mean, to be fair, Black Suit Spider-Man wasn't always just a Venom symbiote originally. I don't think. I don't remember. But
in the comics?
In the comics, I think he just wore black a bit to be edgy. And
no, it came from space still.
Well, no, it did. But I think the original iteration of the black suit wasn't a symbiote.
No, the first time that he wears the black suit, he doesn't know it for a good long time, but it's the symbiote. You can look it up, but let me tell you that What you're saying, though, is that
Uh-huh.
you can take a 2-hour-long movie, cut it down to 40 minutes, and then it's tolerable, which I don't think is a good defense of a film.
No, I'm not defending the movie. I am just I feel honestly like curious if it's a better movie without him.
I think it would be. I think it would be. I don't think that Venom really added. I think, but so and the reason why is because Sam Raimi, when they were making that movie,
They forced it on him.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to include Venom anyway. They were like, well, Venom's gonna sell shit, so put him in there somehow.
Sandman was great though. Like that actor did a really good job. I look forward
here's
seeing him.
here's another question about No Way Home.
Yeah.
Is do you think that they got Thomas Jane and Rice Evans back as the Lizard, or are they going to be just CGI?
Let's be real. The Lizard as a villain wasn't even that good. Then he could be CGI and no one would notice or care. Like the fact that we have Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, and Willem Dafoe. Like that's a lot of villain star power right there.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that we don't need any more star power, but the Avengers movies have proven that they can be done. I just want my boys to shine. I want this Goblin so bad you have no idea.
It's the same Goblin.
No, but it's not.
He's real pissed, it seems, from the trailer.
Here's the thing, dude. Like, out of all the villains, like, right, like, especially the movie version of the villains, right? Like, Sandman, I fell into a weird thing and I was just a crook, but now I'm still a crook. Electro, I'm electric now because people have forgotten me and Spider-Man didn't remember my name. I'm salty about it. Doc Ock going crazy
really
because
weird.
of the tentacles. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Jamie Foxx did his best with that movie.
I saw in that interview he was like, I took it because I didn't have to be blue anymore.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
And then
Sorry,
we have,
continue.
You throw me off. Who's the fifth one? Lizard was just a dude who wanted to regrow his arm back and turn into a monster. Like, not a real villain.
Maniacal.
Green Goblin, though, Willem Dafoe, villain. Like, a villain. Like, he had a whole monologue in the original Raimi Spider-Man. You know what they like more than a hero Spider-Man? To see one fall, die. So fucking, ugh.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's like, do you realize that that's the same, like, tone and message of speech that Batman and Joker had in The Dark Knight?
Yeah, basically.
Except Green Goblin is in a Power Ranger suit, and he kidnapped Spider-Man. It's like, let me tell you.
That Power Rangers suit, though, as a kid, scared the shit out of me.
It's freaky.
Dude. I did not like that at all.
Did you hear, I don't know if you saw that interview fully. I don't think you did.
No,
We talked about
no.
it. But Willem Dafoe was talking about how, like, when I was in that suit, it took 8 hours for them to, like, do pre-fitted parts just to see what would fit me.
Wow.
Now they just scan me and print out what I wear, and it's so much easier, and it breathes better.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, good. That's great. Those suits are not comfortable for them. I appreciate them putting that on because they're actors.
It's funny because didn't they go for the masked Green Goblin over like the prosthetic, like Hobgoblin-esque Green Goblin?
They showed both though.
They did, but didn't they choose? Oh, that's
in
another
the
thing in the
trailer.
trailer.
They showed both.
In the trailer, though, they do. They do.
It's my
And
belief
is
that maybe that's either Willem Dafoe's origin as the Goblin, where like, I was starting out as this, and maybe we'll get like a young-faced Willem Dafoe because Disney has weird magic to youngify people who show up in their movies.
Oh, I hate that. But no, I think that it's the Harry
Goblin
from
2.
the Harry from
It looks like it, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Because it's not gonna be like the Hobgoblin, and it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be.
It
Willem
could be
Dafoe.
Hobgoblin. It could be Hobgoblin.
I mean, that's just so redundant.
But that's what the Hobgoblin is, dude. He's just a dude who's stealing Green Goblin's gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what he is. And also, that's technically who Pete's friend is supposed to become.
Anyway, though, they went with the mask over the makeup because the makeup was so hard to put on him. So that's funny that's funny that he would say that was so bulky and terrible, because imagine the makeup.
Well, the whole suit. That's fair. Well, the makeup would just run off eventually. You have to do whole scenes while sweating and doing action stuff.
On the glider.
You would have to make Willem Dafoe do a lot more action scenes, as opposed to like a stunt double in a Power Ranger suit.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, you could still do the prosthetics. It was like full prosthetics. In the trailer, there is a second Goblin, which is like a very, very tiny detail, and I don't know how much that's going to play into it. Mm-hmm. But is that going to be? I guess it could be like a CGI'd tiny Willem Dafoe.
I think these. Because here's the thing. I love that they got the old actors, but they clearly are different from the iterations that we know from them. So they're all just different multiverse versions of these counterparts. You know? Like, I don't think this is... Like, obviously it's not the Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man movie because he's dead.
Right. It has to be some slight variation at least. Because they're both dead. Doc Ock is dead too. Did Electro die? I only saw that movie, I think,
I believe Electro died, yes.
Okay, well, there you go. Mm-hmm. They're all fucking dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
But possibly, though, they just pulled them from their respective universes, the exact ones that we saw in those movies before they died.
No, because Alfred Molina has this whole line where, like, Peter Parker, I know you're Spider-Man, all this other stuff. Nah.
Okay, well, maybe.
I don't think so. Like, honestly, the way the trailer had, like, dialogue about it, I think that they're just villains who have fought Spider-Man over the years. Like, I think these guys are, like, the true, like, we are the epitome Green Goblin. We are the epitome Doc Ock, who have fought a Peter Parker Spider-Man for years. Who the fuck is this kid who says he's Spider-Man?
So then, when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire show up, do you think...
Not confirmed.
And see, come on now. Come on now. If they don't do it, I will just go and tear the screen up in the theater.
Tear the screen up?
I'll talk to the manager about it.
Okay.
No, I'm sure that... I mean, there's just no way. There's just no way that they can't...
No. And also, if you see, like, someone posted, like, a close-up of the trailer where Spider-Man's launching himself against the enemies.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see, like, a Spider-Man figure edited out of some lightning.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no, it's a Spidey.
Yeah, like, and then like the lizard gets punched by someone invisible, and it's like, that was a different Spider-Man.
That's a different Spider-Man.
But
it doesn't matter if Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man are the same, because these are all just what did the Loki fucking show call it? What do we call these alternate versions of them?
I don't remember. Fuck. I like that show though.
Yeah. But, like, no, they're all just,
That's
like...
That's definitely the best of the...
The best?
Of the things that I've seen recently.
Did you not... Oh, the thing... Okay. Oh.
Which is limited to Shang-Chi, WandaVision, and...
You liked it more than WandaVision?
I did like it more than WandaVision.
WandaVision was better for me.
I liked WandaVision. I thought it was cool.
WandaVision was just a beautiful, like... piece of art in some random places.
That's true. At the beginning, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" I love it. It's great. But no, I think Loki. Because Loki's so Kafka-esque that like it just because he's just in this like bureaucratic hell half the time. It really hit the right notes for me.
Loki
I don't remember
was
what they're
about
called.
loving yourself. WandaVision was about grief, and I really liked how they dealt with grief with WandaVision. That was so good because Wanda just as a character needed some spotlight.
Yeah, that was sad. That's like the saddest part in the entire saga to me is when Vision gets his head destroyed. That's so sad. Because that's like the nicest part of the movie is seeing them like quietly living their life. You're like, oh, that's good. Good for them. And then Thanos comes and ruins it.
Yeah.
Wait, Joe. I wanted to ask, though, about Thomas Jane. Do you think though? So here's the thing about Spider-Man is that I so it is definitely possible because at the end of Amazing Spider-Man, the Lizard also dies. But once the Lizard becomes the Lizard, he can sort of just stay the Lizard and wreak havoc.
He's forced to stay the Lizard, yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like,
he has no control.
You don't have to have an actor behind that who's like the same guy, and then Thomas Jane in Spider-Man 3, much like the woman in Pirates of the Caribbean who exploded into crabs, just sort of disintegrated into sand and then blew away. So I think it's pretty reasonable guess to say that they're just not going to be in it. But then also it's like, does having Thomas Jane in that really push the budget of the Spider-Man movie over to a limit that they couldn't handle?
I just don't know if we're going to spend a lot of time with Sandman. That's the thing, you know?
Yeah, I guess the trailers have set it up in a way where like it's pretty clear who we're gonna be spending the time with.
Yeah. And like the thing that I liked about the trailers, because they said the thing that really got me, and Peter says the line that I love in comics, is that that like Doctor Strange's like, you killed all of them, I'm sorry, and then Peter's like, I can't save everybody. And like, but you can tell that Peter just wants to save everybody, even his villains. He doesn't want to kill people. He's not a murderer. Like, he didn't even murder Mysterio. Mysterio killed himself.
Yeah, I like that about Spider-Man.
It's just a normal dude trying to do what he can with the powers that he has.
Is that what it is about Spider-Man in general, is that he's just like the most relatable superhero?
Yeah, absolutely it is. He is the street level hero who can be up there and like fight that hard shit, but doesn't forget about the little people. He can't. It goes against everything about him. So he doesn't.
Yeah.
So he so good.
Just a pizza delivery guy.
Pizza time.
when you said
we're gonna get so many memes.
When you said when you were like, "Oh, he says that line that I love so much," that's what popped into my head. It took everything in my power to not go pizza time.
Pizza time.
But, you know, something about the Sam Raimi trilogy that
is it the toneless delivery? Is it? He told that to all of his actors. Hey, less emotion. Less.
It's just got a weirder vibe to it.
Yeah.
It feels like
it was
Burton-esque, maybe like Tim Burton.
Yes.
Like a little Tim Burton-y.
Maybe a little.
I guess maybe.
I would guess that it was just them like trying to make comics into a movie, because that was the first time Marvel did it, right? That's the first
X-Men.
Marvel property. Did X-Men come out before Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
X-Men was 2000 and Spider-Man was 2002. X2 was 2003. But so and here's something though is that X-Men, I think, has sort of a not similar tone but sort of a similar weirdness about it that I think maybe comes from that effort to try to like
turn a comic into a movie.
Yeah, in a meaningful way, because they tried. I mean, there was like, you know, Spawn, and
the Spawn movie, that was
I like that movie.
Something.
I like that movie. I like Spawn a lot, and I think that movie is dumb, but I enjoy it when I watch it. But there's, what was it, like I think there's like a Fantastic Four in the 90s too that they did.
Oh, yeah, the bad one that we don't talk about. But
I mean, they're all bad. I think that's part of...
The first Fantastic Four movie is not bad. It's bland, but it's not bad. There's a difference between bad and like meh.
I didn't see the newer one because
I didn't. That looked like a terrible idea.
Okay, so we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure that newer one is a bad movie.
Oh, we do. We do. It did not do well. It did not get a sequel. And we're going to get a Fantastic Four in the fucking Disney movie soon. The MCU.
I feel like that's part of why they've been really cautious about including the Fantastic Four. Aside from the fact that they had to get the rights back, I'm sure that's a real hill to climb.
What if we get a fan... I would love... Never going to happen. Maybe he would. Maybe he would as a laugh and a gaff. I would love for like Fantastic Four variants to show up eventually, and we just get Johnny Storm played by Captain America. Because, and then everyone's like, Cap? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm just hot. And he's just like a fuckboy. And he acts like a fuckboy. He acts nothing like Captain America. He just is a fuckboy the whole movie. That'd be so good.
That would be a real missed opportunity if they don't at some point bring that in at least a little bit.
I mean,
for a post-credit scene or something. Because
that's crazy how he went from fuckboy to fucking he is Captain America. Like, honest to God, like that was such a he did that role very well.
So when I think of Chris Evans, I always think of Not Another Teen Movie.
And with that, we're gonna go back to Spider-Man.
I can't get like.
Yeah, I know. I love that movie. I honestly still love Not Another Teen Movie.
I can't say that I love that movie, but that is what I think of. He does like the paintings in that movie.
Yes.
And anyway.
That's disgusting. Oh, that's sick. I can't believe no one's ever taken a dump on your chest.
That movie's so stupid. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think that he did a great job as Captain America, but I still look at that guy and I'm like, you're just that guy from that movie.
Man, I honestly can't believe that it's going to be Vulture. I don't think it'll be Vulture. And if it's not Venom, it's got to be someone else, right?
I think that... So here's the thing about it being Vulture.
Two goblins. That'd be stupid.
I think there's going to be... Well, who is that other guy then?
At the same time, I think that's either young... Or maybe, and hear me out on this, I think there's going to be a scene when they're fighting, and it's going to be like Spider-Verse in a way, where like reality shifts and their outfits just change on them, and they're slightly different middle of a fight.
Okay. Ooh.
You know what I mean?
All right.
What I mean there?
Yeah, it would be like the multiverse is slipping up a little bit.
Yeah, because you already can tell that like he can't, like Doctor Strange has that line in the trailer where he can't hold it back, he can't stop it. I think that's more likely that like all the universes are kind of meshing together into one. Mm-hmm. But
no, I like that idea. I think there's some people on the internet that are saying that they think that it's Ned who like becomes the Green Goblin.
Well, Ned, that's what I said earlier in the podcast, that Ned, the character Ned, it becomes Hobgoblin.
But to do that in the arc of this single movie seems like an insane thing to pull off with everything else going on.
Unless it is an alternate Ned.
Oh!
You stupid fool!
Alternate? No, I don't think it's an alternate Ned. I don't think it is.
Why not?
I like the idea that it's just some sort of like time slip whatever thing. But let me say, as far as the Vulture being the last, well, of course, okay, so Mysterio would make the most sense.
No, man. Absolutely
Mysterio,
not.
Like, organizes. Well, I guess it's Dr.
No,
Octopus.
he doesn't.
It's Dr. Octopus, but
Mysterio,
like he's
give Mysterio too much credit.
He's there.
Mysterio in the comics is just a special effects loser who had to do shit.
I know.
He doesn't get to plan. He's not the big boy. He's never the big guy villain.
I'm not a religious comic book reader, but I have read a fuck ton of Amazing Spider-Man, and I will still tell you, I think Mysterio is cool.
No, I like Mysterio, but he's C tier.
Yeah, all right, fine, but he's a member of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, but he's like not the big, like he's not a bit like Venom is more of a member of the Sinister Six than he is, canonically, which is why I also think Venom, because he got thrust in, will be there.
My point, though, in including one of them would be that it would be a disservice to Tom Holland's tenure as Spider-Man to not give his character some closure within his own universe.
He's not getting closure because he's getting 3 more movies.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He doesn't need closure. What do you mean? You gotta go to college. You gotta go to college, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man in college?
Yeah. Some of the best stuff is when Spider-Man is in college and his life isn't fucking up. I really want that. What if Tom Holland ends up in the Spider-Verse? We'll never get married, Spider-Man. They won't do it. Because people won't let Spider-Man be happy. Do you know about...
Well, he's not...
Do you know about One Day More?
Explain it to me. I don't think that I do.
It is a comic line in Spider-Man.
I think you actually explained this. Go ahead, though.
Where Aunt May gets shot and she's about to die, or maybe she's sick and she's about to die.
Yep.
So Peter sells his marriage to Mary Jane to Mephisto.
Yes, that's right. Alive. That's right. Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So they don't. He's not happy anyway. He can be married for a second.
No.
Kirsten Dunst can come back. Is she coming back? Do you think that they got Kirsten Dunst and Emma Stone?
We need another Mary Jane. And if we can get Gwen, that'd be nice. I mean, Emma Stone's dead, so Gwen Stacy died.
Because then Zendaya
Gwen Stacy died.
Yeah, but Dr. Octopus died, dude.
Yeah, but I think the Spider-Man that we're getting, I think that's Topher Grace and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I think that's them as Spider-Man. I think it's their versions.
You mean Tobey Maguire? Don't wish Topher Grace into this movie.
Hey, let me tell you something right now. Hot take. Topher Grace should have been Spider-Man for all the Sam Raimi films. He should have been Peter Parker.
He would have done fine.
You know why he would have done fine? Because he's been playing the nerd living next to the redhead for a long time.
Yeah.
That 70s show, baby. He was already Spider-Man. And he was also way quippier in that show than Tobey Maguire Spider-Man ever was.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man never pulled that off very well.
No.
Tom Holland does.
Hero. Tom Holland does quips. Andrew Garfield did a lot of quips, but he was too cool as Peter Parker.
I don't know how many of them actually landed. I can't recall, but I don't feel like enough of them did for me to...
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield's quips were, actually quippy and sarcastic against the enemy, which is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's quips are... Look at me, I'm young. I'm going to reference this old thing that you all like as something old. Remember that old movie on the space planet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so
and you know what? You know he's actually being a dick about it, too, because they're building the Death Star in his first movie with Ned. He knows what Star Wars is. He's just being a dick to the old people to be a dick to the old people.
Yeah, maybe. But it's still...
I think so.
It's an old movie. What counts as old, really? Sometimes people say old movie, and it confuses the hell out of me, because when I think old movie, I think the fucking 20s.
I think of black and white.
Black and white, at least.
Yeah.
You can make a black and white movie now, Joe.
Yeah, I don't usually like the...
What?
I don't usually like a lot of current black and white movies. Tell me one that's good.
Don't
say Sin City. That doesn't count.
That's all stylized. That does not count. I don't know, actually. I know of The Artist, but I haven't actually seen that because it's just Oscar bait stuff that I don't really care about. So maybe they all
watch
suck.
Movies, form your own opinions.
Yeah, go see The Artist, maybe. I don't know.
Go see Tick Tick Boom. Watch Tick Tick Boom on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course.
Was it good?
It's a musical movie. Yeah,
that's true.
It's really good. It's a musical movie about the guy who wrote Rent, starring Andrew Garfield.
I know.
I was singing some of the songs earlier.
From Tick Tick Boom?
This is the life. Bo, 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 bo.
Oh, that's what that was? I haven't seen...
No.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's good. You should watch it. Set some time aside.
I will, because I've heard good things, and I like Andrew Garfield. I feel bad for Andrew Garfield that he's like...
Why?
He's like... because he's like touring... He's like touring press for that movie and just getting bothered about Spider-Man everywhere he goes.
People love me so much that they want to talk about me about other projects.
No, I just think that, there's a lot of buzz about him in Tick Tick Boom that I feel like...
Yeah. It's crazy, right? It's crazy that Lin-Manuel Miranda came out with a Tick Tick Boom movie. Right? And that, Spider-Man's coming right around the corner and Andrew Garfield's getting all this hype. It's really crazy.
You think that Lin-Manuel Miranda was trying to distract us?
No, well, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda was... I mean, honestly, I think, like, he casted him because he's a good fit, is what he did it. Because, obviously. But it is a little strange that, like, oh, hey, I'm in this new film that's doing really well, but also the Spider-Man movie coming out, and there's people be talking. It just, things kind of happen all at once. There's a lot of, like, background stuff going on in Hollywood in general, right? And I feel like that's all part of it.
Yeah, they try to make moves when I think Andrew Garfield's just having a moment, man.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see when
think
Spider-Man comes out if he's in it.
He's not in it at all.
He's been saying for so long that he's not at all associated with the movie, but I'm just
Has anyone talked to Toby about this? How come I don't hear anything from Toby?
I feel like Tobey Maguire is kind of a weird dude, man. I don't think that he does interviews. I think he lives like on a farm probably with his children. Mm-hmm. He like makes them all wear the same things.
You'll get the rent.
Yeah, what's that line? When you fix my
damn door.
Yeah. He doesn't shout that at his kids. He wouldn't. Does he have kids? Is he married?
I don't know anything about Tobey Maguire. He left my mind a long time ago.
Really?
Of course. It's only until now, when he could be in Spider-Man, that he once again graced my presence in my mind.
He's always on my mind.
Why?
Because of Spider-Man.
He's not my Spider-Man.
I've never... What? What? Who the fuck is?
The 90s animated cartoon Spider-Man.
Okay.
I told you this. I told you this.
Yeah, fine, alright.
Live-action Spider-Man is going to be Tom Holland for me. He's done...
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Dude.
Because he embodies the character so well.
I'll tell you what,
and
man.
And he's given the stories to embody that character better.
I understand that. I agree with that. But I disagree entirely.
Yeah, because you always let nostalgia run your body.
Sentimentality, sure. I saw Spider-Man. My parents took me. I was 11 years old. Mm-hmm. I don't think I had ever seen a PG-13 movie in theaters at that point. So I was like, oh, this means that I'm an adult now. And it changed my fucking life, dude. I love that.
You tell me that about every single movie we talk about. It has no weight to me anymore. You're just like, it's a transformative experience. About every fucking thing you said. I saw Star Wars that changed my life. I saw Spider-Man that changed my life.
It did.
I saw The Grinch 4 times in theaters. It changed my life.
That did not change my life. That one did not. But
you gave me an impassioned speech about how you feel the Grinch should be portrayed as a character.
I know.
Guy,
because
dude.
Because you know what did change my life? The animated Grinch from the 60s and the Grinch the book, both of those separately changed my life.
I feel it's crazy.
A lot of things have changed my life.
I feel I mean, whenever something new is into your life, that's technically a change into your life. It's just, I don't think it's as impactful as...
I feel pretty impacted.
I feel like you stick with what you're initially given always. And you don't analyze and see things for what they can be and appreciate what could be better.
I liked Parasite. That came out last year. I like the new Blade Runner. But I will say that I do have a tendency, I think that over the course of this podcast, you could probably start a list of all the times that I call a movie like my favorite movie of all time, and it'll be hundreds of movies.
Exactly.
But I like movies.
Which is fine. No, that's great. I know you love movies, but you saying that how is it not Tobey Maguire your favorite Spider-Man?
Because we grew up,
How is Luke Skywalker a bad character? Huh.
We grew up around the same stuff at the same time. It just is shocking to hear,
I am receptive to new things and seeing how they make me feel.
I like Tom Holland.
I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man embodies Peter Parker more than Tobey and Garfield did a good job, actually. And honestly, if I'm being real, Tom Holland is a weird mix of Peter Parker and Miles Morales, which I do like.
He's got the youthful thing.
It's the youthful thing. It's the youthful thing.
Are they ever gonna do a live action Miles? Because that'd be cool.
I think they're gonna keep him in the Spider-Verse. I think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna keep him in that wheelhouse.
I like that version of Miles.
The Spider-Verse version of Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. Super good.
Yeah.
And at its core, it's still Miles. Like, at the end of the day, that's still Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Especially when they did the whole, like... When I saw that they were doing Spider-Verse the first time in the trailer, and it was like, okay, Miles Morales is the hero, I can't see a Miles Morales just being Spider-Man without there being a Spider-Man before him. Like, part of Miles' big thing was him realizing he's a legacy to uphold.
Yeah, that's true.
And they did that beautifully. And they gave me Sad Boy Spider-Man, which I love.
Yeah, it's great.
I forget that actor from New Girl, but he was so good as Peter B. Parker. God damn it.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I know who you're
yeah.
talking about, yeah. I didn't know that was him.
I mean, he has the same exact Sad Boy vibes in it as he does in the New Girl show.
Oh, I've never watched that show.
I haven't either. I've only seen clips of that actor specifically in it.
And
they always hit a little too close to home.
Maybe you should watch the show, Joe. Maybe it's
yeah,
time to break out.
I don't want to relate too much to a character whose one line I remember most is like, "You better stop being mean to me, or I'm gonna fall in love with you." Like, I don't think I want to explore that part of myself.
No, dude,
I don't need that.
It's just a sitcom. It's harmless. It's fun.
One of my favorite sitcoms is Scrubs. That's not
a sad
harmless.
show.
That's not harmless at all.
That's not. No, I would agree with that. That's a pretty intense show sometimes.
Where do you think you are right now? Sorry.
Is it Scrubs? Don't Scrubs me.
I might Scrubs you.
Listen,
man.
You know,
this podcast has gone off the rails.
You know, I've heard that Scrubs is actually pretty accurate to, like, the experience of working in a hospital, more so than most medical dramas.
Well, most medical dramas have them, like, just kind of fucking with it. They're just soap operas that happen in a hospital, not actual, like they do a whole couple scenes where, like, JD's first day is really like, oh, I'm nervous, I don't know what to do, I can't do this one basic thing I did in like school all the time. The next episode is like, oh, now this is literally every day, and it's actually, when you get into a rhythm, it's kind of boring here, and then it just shows a montage. It's so good. Yeah,
that's a good show.
We need to stop talking about Scrubs, man.
Well, Scrubs
that's
features
a different podcast.
Is there any bridge back to Spider-Man?
No, there isn't.
There
isn't.
Scrubs to Spider-Man. I gotta ask you, unrelated about the new movie, but have you played the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 games?
Yes, they're amazing.
They're so fucking good.
They're so good. I need to play the Miles Morales one. I haven't done that yet.
And that's what I was gonna ask about. Is that I like Miles in those games too.
Yeah, which is great. Also, like, my favorite characters in comics end up being sidekicks. I just like the idea of plucky young legacy character just, like, rising up to the occasion, because it humanizes the main superhero.
You saying you prefer Robin to Batman?
Absolutely.
What?
I love Batman 100%. The best characters in any form of Batman media are never Bruce. Bruce never changes.
Like Teen Titans Robin, because he's cool.
Yeah, that's Dick Grayson.
Like, that's cool.
Dick Grayson Robin is pretty cool. Yeah.
What about, like, Batman?
My favorite
and Robin
is Jason Todd, but Tim.
What about the movie Batman and Robin?
That was terrible.
Or Batman Forever?
That was awful.
There's so many ice puns in that movie.
Yes, there are. But, like, the way here's the reason why I will say I like sidekicks more, because most heroes now are established and won't change. Bruce Wayne, his character has not changed or developed at all since we were kids. You can tell me everything you know about Bruce Wayne, it's still the same thing for that character.
Yeah, but there was a pretty drastic shift in tone for Batman Like in the 80s.
A long time ago, yeah, but like at the end of the day, he's still the dude who lost his parents in an alley and to cope dresses up as a bat who he's afraid of and fights crime.
Yeah. But
the best version of Bruce is when he's hanging out with his family.
Like in the Lego Batman movie.
Actually, yes.
I love that.
That's yeah.
So, but then you could sort of say the same thing about Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Then that's sort of what you appreciate.
That's why I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because they've made Spider-Man a sidekick character.
Yeah, to Iron Man basically.
Yeah. They made him like want to live up to a legacy, but still be his own hero and do it his own way.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and overall, when I first saw Homecoming, I wasn't sure. I mean, I liked the movie a lot, but it definitely was sort of the sort of thing where I was like, I don't really know if I needed to see Iron Man as much as I did in that movie.
I loved it. Iron Man was great.
No, in hindsight, I do appreciate that relationship, especially the way it's developed over the
I still think
series.
About that scene where he's literally being like a teenager, where he's like, if you really cared, you'd be here. And Iron Man, like Tony Stark, just steps out of the suit in full like 3-piece suit. He's like, I am here, kid. I was like, oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, he gives him the dad experience that he needs, I guess.
Yeah, because which changes Peter Parker very much, because his father figure, dies. Always dies.
There was no... Wait, so I don't recall the setup of Uncle Ben in the Tom Holland movies.
We don't know.
That's right. That's right. That's why.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We just... We have to figure it out through the subtext that they're giving us. Like, because they say in Homecoming, if your Uncle Ben was still here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened exactly, but they don't need to tell us, because Spider-Man is an iconic established character.
Yeah, I think that was a wise move to not put us through that.
I mean, it's not a wise move?
Time.
I haven't heard him say the line. I want to hear... No, actually,
the great power and the great responsibility. I'm sure Tobey Maguire will...
Holy shit. No, holy shit.
That out.
It's the greatest move that they haven't said it, because they saved it for this third crazy legacy movie.
And Tobey Maguire is going to be holding a stack of pizzas.
No, shut up. Stop it.
And he's going to say it.
No, what's going to happen?
He's going to say the line we all want to hear.
Here's what's going to happen. We see that clip in the trailer where he's looking at, like, MJ, and he's got his mask off. He's like, I can't do it. I can't save everybody. And he's despondent, and he looks sad. That's when the two other Spider-Men are going to show up, or they're going to be there, and they're going to take off their masks, and they're going to be like, remember what Uncle Ben said? And then they can all say it together, and I'm going to cry like a bitch.
You think that's going to be the first thing that happens when they show up?
No, I think I think it's going to happen during that scene.
Yeah, I see. Wait.
No! Not like you just...
They're all going to hold hands.
With great power comes great responsibility. Like that's not going to happen.
The second that he shows up. No, yeah, I get... Yeah. And then they're going to be like, we can do it together, though. If they're not in the movie, which I think that... I mean, they must be, because I've been seeing, like, certain movie theaters have listed the cast, like, officially. And there was I think it was Graham Norton's show, posted that they were going to have the cast members of the new Spider-Man, and then they put a picture of the new Spider-Man, and it had all three Spider-Mans in it. Mm-hmm. There's just no way. So, any closing thoughts on Spider-Man?
Man, we've jumped through so many hoops here.
In conclusion, see Tick Tick Boom.
In conclusion, see Tick Tick Boom. Maybe he'll do a Spider-Man hand thing, which makes you know that he's going to be Spider-Man. That doesn't happen. Can
we do an episode sometime about how much I dislike Hamilton?
What?
See, I thought that would hit a chord with you.
Why are you trash? No. This isn't for content anymore. Why are you trash? Like, who the fuck are you? Why are we friends?
Listen, the songwriting...
Why are we friends?
The songwriting in Hamilton is great. The songwriting in Hamilton is fine.
What about... you mean the thing that makes a musical a musical? Yeah, I know. What about it is bad?
I don't know. I mean, we can go into it some other time, I suppose. But in general, I think that the thing with Hamilton that bothers me is that it's like this whole musicals. I mean, Broadway in general is this classist nightmare where this elite set of rich white people get to go see a thing and then pat themselves on the backs that they all like saw a person of color do a thing. And then tell all their friends that it's the greatest thing ever, and nobody like gets to see it because it's like you have to buy the tickets to see it, but you can't get the tickets because you don't live in the right place for $1 billion. And then it gets out to the mainstream, and it's like a whole nother big pat on the back. Everybody's like, "Oh yay, we did it! We wrote a hip hop musical about the founding fathers." And I feel like it's mostly just a distraction from the atrocities that the founding fathers committed on their road of blood.
It is the exact opposite of that. It is you missed so much. You didn't read. Not only did you not read the assignment, you turn in homework for the wrong class, bud. Like, holy shit, that's such a terrible take.
Well, real quick.
All right, we're gonna talk. No. I'm gonna let you stew on this for a fucking week, guys. Next week, thank you for listening to the PhazeCast. I'm Jeox. That idiot's Xygni or Phazon, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. And next week, we're gonna talk about Hamilton. And I
have to watch Hamilton again. It's like 3 hours long, dude.
It's a joy. It's a joy.
All right, fine. I'll watch it for homework again.
Yeah, you fuck. Real quick, thank you to all of those who listen, all 3 of you. Thank you, Yannicka,
yes.
Erica. Thank you, Yannicka.
She doesn't listen.
Oh, Eric's fiance doesn't listen. Thank you, Eric's mom.
Yeah, she listens.
A long time. Thank you.
That's it.
Ourselves.
Stop it. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night and good luck.